Hello and welcome to yet another exciting edition of Conversations. I'm Yemisi Imasi. On this week, we're looking at the business environment in Nigeria. You will agree with me that doing business in Nigeria and the world over has become an issue that has come to the front burner because it depends on how our economy is doing. That's how we're going to be able to align with other parts of the world. We have seen over the years that the economy determines a whole lot. The standard of living, the gross domestic product and all whatnot. What are the things, what are the factors that amount to making business, wholly done in a country? And we're looking at Nigeria, a nation blessed with so much resources, so much money, so much human resource as well. And we want to find a solution and find out what has precipitated our arrival at where we are in Nigeria. Doing business in Nigeria hasn't been one that has been very rosy. A lot of you will agree with me. But we'll look at all the issues on this edition. Joining me to do so is a commercial lawyer. Join me to welcome Bisi Yaniwura. Bisi, you're welcome.
It's a pleasure, Yemisi.
Thank you. Let's start off by, first of all, analyzing where we are coming from. We're 52 years old in Nigeria. And we've been doing business even prior to independence, So, but what have we been doing up to this time?
Well, the funny thing is an average Nigerian person is business-oriented. Believe you me, you see the civil servants. But when we want to talk about the business environment, the investment environment is an entirely different thing. Nigeria is a country that has no excuse with being poor. Believe you me. We have what it takes to run amongst the first four countries of the world. The Americas, the Japan, the Singapore, the China should be looking at Nigeria. But the question we should ask ourselves is, what is wrong? Where did we get it wrong? Now, in looking at what is wrong, where did we get it wrong, I will tell you, if we want to look at pre-colonial Nigeria, the British came in, they saw a lot of potentials, a lot of opportunities in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. That was when they were taking our palm oil, they were taking our cocoa, taking our rubber. That tells you the potentials of the Nigerian economy.
Yes.
Now, post-independent Nigeria is where the problem started. You see, we continue building on what the colonial master left.
We simply went to sleep, is that what you mean?
No. We simply got a wrong idea of what we should be doing. Okay. You see, when the British were here, they were servicing the economy to service their own needs. Okay. They were taking raw materials to service their own industries. Now, when we took over, we were still building on the same thing as if we needed to be servicing their own industry instead of us servicing our own needs.
Would you allude to the fact that that was a lack of information on our part?
No, it isn't.
On how business should be run?
I think the major problem is by the time the British were going, a lot of our leaders still had this colonial mentality. I'm sorry to have used that. Most of them were schooled in the British schools, and so the British ideology, and then the British man, or just like you and I, you will not put somebody who is going to make life uncomfortable for you in a city you are vacating. Okay. So the British man purposely brought people that will continue in their tradition where they stopped. If you are moving out of an office, like let's say you are the governor, it's playing itself out in the politics. You want to put a stooge, somebody who will not look at what you've been doing to see whether
dismantle what you've done.
No, that's the thing. So that is where we got it wrong. So instead of being our own person, we continue being a British person.
Okay, but you made a comment here that inherently the average Nigerian is business oriented.
Quite hardworking, believe you me.
Now, if that is true, why did we have to go in the line of the colonial masters?
No, you see, when we want to look at business, you want to look at business from an individual person's perspective, then aggregate it to the national level, then post-aggregate it also to the international level. An average Nigerian, between you and I just said it, I've been to the north, I've been to the south, I've been in Lagos. An average Nigerian does not depend on one source of income.
Sure.
Even a civil servant, you see him or her when she leaves office in the afternoon, goes to open his size shop. Everybody has something to sell, no matter how small it is. I am a lawyer by training, but you still find out that I have a farm, I have some other business, and that is an average Nigerian for you. Go to the north. But the thing is that the regulatory environment and the government institutional support that is needed to propel this individual sweat is what is lacking. That is what
You mean it's not being channeled properly?
Yes, the environment for an average Nigerian to excel in his business
is not made available.
It is not a matter of rhetoric. It is a matter of physical and policy issues.
Now, I know that the Nigerian government has done so much to encourage the growth of the economy, especially doing business in Nigeria. There are so many statistics. There's doing business statistics released by the World Bank.
Yes.
Also, we have seen the ratings that Nigeria has generally. But I think the government is doing so much. You don't think so?
I will first want to disagree with you that the government is doing so much. Believe you me. I know what it is to be an investment person. I know where the shoe pinches because I told you I'm an entrepreneur. I have been a businessman all my life, my adult life, right from my university and things like that. Number one, when we say the government has done so much, it's just mere words. I will tell you, until very recently that we had the Ministry of Trade and Investment, we've never taken business of investment seriously.
Very seriously.
Yeah, we've always had the Ministry of Commerce. What is commerce? Buying and selling. That is why an average, quote and unquote, foreigner comes to Nigeria without anything in his briefcase, and when he's going, he goes with a shipload of money. Because they are here to come and sell. And that is why the Naira was having that pressure and the problem. Because nothing was being produced in Nigeria. And how do we produce anything in Nigeria? We can't produce when the infrastructures are not there. We can't produce when the regulations are not there.
If you say these infrastructure are not there, the same infrastructure is being used by these foreigners to produce so much.
No,
Why are Nigerians not leveraging on what is available?
It is very simple. I'll tell you. Somebody come from the US, somebody come from Germany, somebody come from Japan. He has an advantage over the Nigerians because he has the opportunity of accessing funding from outside the country. In Japan, you get loan at about 1% per annum.
Are you going to give loan to someone who doesn't have a track record?
No, but for goodness sake, if, like I just told you, if you go to Japan, you see the government even putting itself down.
As
government as guarantors. In Nigeria, the Nigerian businessman doesn't enjoy that facility.
You heard it all. The Nigerian business environment needs to be improved. And I dare say to the government of Nigeria that, yes, we have the potential, we have the right human resource, we have the right environment, we have the right land, as it were, to make us rich, not just to be among the top 20 economies by the year 2020, like we have posited many times.
We can be among the first 5.
Yes, we can be among the first 5. And that's not just a flattery statement, but for real, it's a possibility. You know, we need to put our acts together, starting from the government, every level of government, I dare say, federal, state, and local. Get your acts together, make the regulatory environment friendly to the Nigerian, because he's the one that will make this work.
Yes, not the foreigner.
Not the foreigner, because the foreigner should only come here to complement what we're able to do.
They have no
now
stakes.
Put the environment in order for us to work, and we will do this work, and the economy will grow. And when the economy grows, we are all happy. Our generations yet unborn will meet something on ground that is real, that is sustainable, that is self-sufficient. And they will not have to go running outside the country because they're going, in search of greener pastures. That's my conclusion today. I hope you had a great time. Thank you for staying tuned to Conversations. I'm Yemisi Imasi. Do stay tuned for yet another edition next week. Bye for now.